Hello everybody, welcome back to another week on the farm. So, as you can see, I'm hedge trimming. Doing a bit of bushwhacking. So, yeah, I'm in the John Deere 619TR. I have got the Teagle front topper on for any grass that needs cutting. And I've got the Spearhead 655T hedge trimmer on the back. And yeah, so yeah, I'm just trimming some bushes, trimming some hedges around the outsides of our fields that haven't got grass margins. And yeah, before we put the crops in, we'll get these hedges done. Otherwise, we'd have to, once we get the crops in, we'd have to drive on the crops to cut the hedges. So, and that's yeah. And now obviously it's September, so we're allowed to cut hedges. September till March, we're allowed to cut hedges, so that we don't disturb the birds nesting. It used to be August to March, but now they've changed it to September to March, so don't get quite so much time to get them cut in the summer when the ground's dry. Yeah, so a few things coming up in this week's video. I was going to answer a couple more questions from people. What else? Yeah, I'll probably run through the controls on the hedge trimmer. Show you how I control the hedge trimmer. What else? We're going to have a look at the rape. Check that the flea beetle aren't eating it all. So yeah, and anything else that comes up that I don't know of yet. I've got other jobs to do, but hedge trimming's the most important job at the moment. To get this done before we start drilling the winter barley. So yeah, if all goes to plan, you should be watching a bit of drone footage of me hedge trimming. I thought that might be a bit more interesting to look at than just an in-cab view whilst I speak. So as you can see, everything's all a bit dusty at the moment. We had another dry week last week, so we haven't had any rain since Sunday the 26th, I think it was. So yeah, everything's all a bit dry and dusty again. The drought continues because you know, I'm pretty sure it was Sunday the 26th we had some rain, but it doesn't take, you know, a couple of days and you don't even know it rained. So yeah, it's still pretty dry about. The rape could do with a drink. Yeah, that's getting a bit thirsty. Yeah, so yeah, as you can see, the tractors are a bit dusty as well. It's dust going always. Oh, and that, so yeah. If anybody's got any other questions you want me to answer in the video, in next week's video, just write them in the comment section. And yeah, I will do my best to answer them. The field's what you're looking at right now. What I'm hedge trimming in are, yeah, they were wheat, that's right. There was wheat out there, and then so after we combined it and took the straw off it, it got disked with the Livestock carrier to get a chit on everything, get everything to grow, and then yeah, it has just been sprayed off So yeah, it'll get sprayed off, and then the Vadestad top down will be put through it to rip it all up and hopefully get a seed bed, and then we shall be planting some winter barley out there. So yeah. So yeah, other jobs on the list to do at the moment, although hedge trimming is the most important job at the moment to get that done before we start drilling the winter barley. Other jobs that I have got to do is I've got to change the viscous fan unit on the John Deere 5080M because that's worn out. Yeah, viscous unit and fan belt. It's got to be changed at some point. So I'll try and record that. Whether it'll be this week or next week, I'm not sure. What else have I got to do? I've got to run a cable on this tractor. Run a cable from the battery to the back of the tractor to power up the weaving drill, because that power has to go straight to the battery. Tree limbing is another job on the list. Got lots of that to do. So yeah, but no, I've got a week or so to do on the hedge trimmer. So, yeah. So when I'm cutting these hedges, I'll start at the bottom and work my way up the side, and then do the top. I normally go over the top twice, just to get it nice and tidy. But it's not too easy on field hedges when it's all the ground's a bit bumpy and that. It is hard to get a nice flat top on the hedge. Not as easy as when you're on the road anyway. But yeah, so okay, so one of the questions is from Hazmart. So he asked me why we have cone and pin headstock on our JCB instead of the regular JCB quick fit. And the reason for that is that going back to, as far as I can remember, we had a Macro telehandler, which is obviously cone and pin. So obviously all the attachments, buckets and grabs and everything, forks, it's all cone and pin. So then John Deere bought Macro out. So then John Deere brought Macro, and they obviously carried on with the cone and pin. We had a John Deere telehandler. I think it was like a 3220 or something like that. And that. So yeah, carried on with cone and pin. But then John Deere obviously stopped making the telehandlers. So we went over to JCB, but because we already had all the attachments for cone and pin, we just had a cone and pin headstock on the JCB. So yeah, it was cheaper and easier to just get a cone and pin headstock than to change all the attachments. Yeah, so the other question I was going to answer, which has come from a couple of people, is are we going to be doing any autumn ploughing? And the answer to that, as far as I know, is no. as long as, unless the weather suddenly goes really wet or something like that, and we have to start ploughing up some dry soil. But we only like to plough minimum every 5 years to give any seeds what we ploughed under, give it time to rot. And that, yeah, and all the fields that we do potentially plough, they've all been ploughed in the last 5 years, so no, it should all just be min-till this autumn. I don't think we're ploughing up any grass fields or anything like that, doing any reseeding. So yeah. Okay, so it seems like we've got a bit of an issue with the weaving drill. I just connected up the pipe to these pre-emergent markers on the weaving drill, and yeah, they wouldn't go down. So I jumped on them to make them go down. They were pretty stiff to get down, but then they wouldn't go back up until I yanked them up. And yeah, so but when I got them lifted up and the rams were extended out, those two little rams there, one there and one there, yeah, it turns out they're actually bent, which is annoying. So it looks like we're going to have to get a couple of new rams. I'm not sure if we can get them straightened out. Might be worth asking. So yeah, basically it was when the markers lifted right up, the top of the ram cylinder here has been bashing on that bit of frame there, and I actually bent it. So you can't really see it too much right now because the ram's gone back in, but yeah. So yeah, another thing to sort out. And then I guess when I put the new ones on, might cut this plate off and make a different piece with a hole a bit lower down, so the ram doesn't actually go up that high. Yes, right. Right, how are we doing? So I got the 50 ATM in the workshop. This is the Stockman's tractor. Yeah, I use it for going around the cows and feeding the cows and that. So I've just got to do a couple of quick jobs on it. Change viscous unit and fan belt. So the reason why I got to change the viscous unit is because it's just spinning freely. So just spins like that, whereas it should be stiff to turn. You know, there should be resistance there. So yeah, shouldn't take too long. Just got to undo 4 nuts on there, which undoes the fan. Well, actually undoes the viscous unit off of that pulley, and then yeah, and then get the belt off and change the belt. So yeah, see if we can get these 4 nuts undone. I've put a big spanner on the bottom pulley to stop it all turning over. Get on the other side and get that one. Yeah, I have done the fan belt on here once before, and yeah, I did the tensioner as well last time, but for some reason I forgot to order a tensioner this time, so we'll see what it looks like. It's not too big a job if the tensioner is noisy. I'll just order one and do that another time. Wouldn't take too long to fit. So yeah, this tractor's done over 12,000 hours now. 12,300 I think it is. So yeah, it does a few hours. Most of them were built up when it used to be on the feeder wagon. when we used to do clamp silage, but we don't do clamp silage anymore, so I mean it still does probably 2,000 hours a year, whereas when it had the Keenan it was doing over 2,500 a year, because it's 2010 plate it is, so yeah, well, you know, it gets used every day. Oh, I see, because it's got the tension of the belt on it, it all wants to throw a wobbler. So what I need to do is take the tension off of the fan belt is the next thing. So where is it? Oh yeah, I've got this little piece of welding rod here, got this socket here, put the socket on the bolt what holds the tensioner on, push down on there. I'm not sure how well you guys can see all this, but then I'm going to put the welding rod in the pinhole. It should hold the tension off the tensioner, and then the belt is then loose. I've drawn, I'm not sure if you can see, I've drawn a bit of a diagram of the pulleys and which way the belt goes around the pulleys on this mud guard. I've drawn it in the dust, so I can get it back on the right way. Belt doesn't look that bad actually, to be honest. Right, I do get this bugger out of here. Oh great. I'm guessing I've got to undo those 4 13mm that bolt they actually bolt the fan to the viscous unit. I'll grab a 13mm spanner, I've got one right here on my jumbled up workbench. Right. You little bugger, come back here. That's one out of 4. So we get number 2 on them. Okay, so yeah, I undone these bolts now, top and bottom, undone the cowling, so there should be enough, hopefully enough room to squeeze it all out now. He says a bit of squeeze as well. I reckon. Get that out there. Oh, that's a junk. Through that hole. Right, just like that. That's the old one. Right, the next thing to do is to get the belt out and put the new belt in. We'll wedge that back in a bit. Move that out of the way. A piece of wood in the way of that. There's the belt. It's not actually that bad, to be honest.
got a bit chewed up on the edges, but for some reason I thought it was all starting to crack. Should have got the right one, shall we? That's good to me. Check the tensioner. Yeah, that's tight and spins freely and quietly. Alright, so let's shove this belt in. Put it down there like that. Right. And just put the new viscous unit in. Yeah. Yeah, that belt's the right way around. So I'm just worried that I haven't put the belt around the right pulley before I put this back on. I'm going to get this out of here then. Like that, maybe. There we go. And then like that. It should slide back in like that. It's bloody fiddly, this, isn't it? Right. Try and get the viscous back onto the onto the studs. Right, that's on. There. Job's a good one. So, I'm just going to thread that belt round the right way so that I'm going to put the belt on properly now. So I know I've got that right before I do all the bolts up. Okay, so it went underneath the bottom pulley, around that one, onto there. So it went under, over. Yeah. It's pretty self-explanatory really, because the ones with the little V's on the pulleys, obviously the V's on the belt go to that, and the ones that are flat, the flat bit of the belt goes on that, so it's not too hard to work out. But yeah, looks like I've got that right, and I can't put the tensioner back on until I've got those bolts done up, can I? Because it pulls on the pulley. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a couple of nuts on there. to 17mm nuts in there. Stop that falling off. Oh, bugger. Drop one. That's one on.
Alright, morning everybody. So I'm still on the hedge cutting. Just cut this Livestock hedge. It's actually somebody's garden hedge, but I had to do it because it gets really wet out here, so I thought I'd do it now, save making a muddy mess in the winter. But, yeah, so I'll quickly just show you the controls for this hedge trimmer. It's pretty straightforward. Nothing too complicated. So obviously it's, like I said before, it's a Spearhead T665. T655. Yeah, I think so. T655. So yeah, obviously this is the main joystick. And it's pretty simple when it goes up, which makes that go up. Hopefully you can see this alright, because the sun's a bit of a bugger this morning. I've got the sun in my eyes. Yeah, down to go down. Out to go out. In to go in. Yeah, simple as that. Happy days. So then on the joystick you've got this button here, well, it's like a rocker switch. So that makes the head tilt like that. It's a bit jolty, which I don't really like it, to be honest. It's like all or nothing. You push it and it just goes. Whereas other hedge trimmers, yeah, I've used McConnell before, and that had a roller on it, so you could just sort of roller it very slightly to one side or the other, which was a lot better than this. This is crap. Yeah, so that's that. What should we do now? We've got this button here, which is for the hydraulic roller, so that's down and up. I'll show you that. You can see, down and up, which is quite good. I quite like that. It's a good feature. This big red knob here turns the power on to the control. Right, yeah, and then so here we've got pushes the arm round for transport mode. It folds the arm round and back forward again. And then this one, so like that, it pushes the boom out and then in again. Hopefully you can just about see this. The sun isn't great this morning. So yeah, that's that. There's 3 buttons down here. Those 2 don't actually do anything, therefore, well, you can see very well. It says arm float and head float. So basically, if you're doing like a lot of verge work, you'd have that on it, and basically you'd just be able to ride it along the verges, and it would sort of follow the verges whatever angle they're at or height, you know. And then this yellow one is auto, what does it call it on it? Auto reset for the boom or the arm. So like, say I'm cutting a verge and it gets caught up in the bush and it pushes the arm round like that. Well, if I have this auto reset switched on, it'll just automatically reset back. As soon as it gets unsnagged, it resets to back to where it was before. So yeah, pretty straightforward. Yeah, nothing too technical about it. Yeah, obviously I power up with the PTO, rear PTO, and yeah, yeah, 540 RPM, and then yeah, just forwards and reverse on the tractor. And I've got I've got the transmission in pedal mode, so you know, put the PTO in, put your revs right forward so that it goes to 540, and then push that stick to number 1, and I restrict my top speed with this little wheel here, so which goes, you see those red lights moving back, that will restrict the top speed, and then basically I just control my forward speed by pushing on the foot throttle. It doesn't change the revs at all, all it does is change the speed. So yeah, happy days. Right, go see what we can get up to next. Have a little look at the cows. They look pretty happy in the sun. Yeah, so we've got cows, some calves there as well somewhere. Sorry about my shaky hand. I'm guessing they must be, well, they look a bit big to be spring calves, don't they? Maybe they're last autumn's calves. Yeah, there's not much grass out here for them. It is growing slowly, but I think they're eating it faster than it grows. And they've got 3 fields here that they go on. There's another field the other side of those trees, and one behind us. So it's not like they're in a small little field. It's just that the grass isn't growing. We've got quite cold nights now, and lack of moisture. The ground's still very dry and hard. So yeah. Obviously the problem I've got now is coming out here. I've now got loads of cow turd all over my tyres. So I'm going to have a smelly tractor. But hey ho, it could be worse. Right, I'll catch you later. Come on, buddy. Leave them pheasants alone. Gamekeeper will tell you off. Hello. So, just been out walking some of the rape. It's Friday afternoon. And yeah, so can't see any flea beetle hopping around, but they're still eating it. Where is it? There. Still lots of little holes in the plants. Hey, get out of the bushes! Come on! Yeah, they're still eating it. We did spray it with the insecticide last weekend because last Saturday they were hopping around, the flea beetle were hopping around all over the place out here. Eric, come on! And since then I've barely seen any, so I think the insecticide did kill quite a lot of them, which is good. And that, so yeah, now, yeah, we had a shower of rain last night, but we could do some more over the weekend, some more rain. And I'm sure that this rape will grow quite well then, once it's had decent rain on it. You know, it should recover from all these holes, as long as the flea beetle leave it alone now. But like I said, I haven't seen any out here, so it's good. But, yeah, so yeah, obviously we've still got the barley, and you see the barley growing out here. I've still got that, but it's going to be getting sprayed next week, so that the spray what we put on will kill the barley. We'll take the barley out and just leave the rape. Nice proper rape. Yeah, we've got quite good rape plant population here, so it should well recover from the flea beetle damage. Pesky things, eh buddy? Right. So, the other thing I was going to say is these acorns. Where are they? Look at these things. What's happened to the acorns? They've sort of exploded. There is some normal ones here, somewhere. But they're all, I don't know. I've never seen acorns do that before. I'm guessing it's something to do with the drought. You know, the trees are so dry. The acorns haven't grown. Well, they've done something strange, that's for sure. Oh well. So, right, so remember to comment, rate and subscribe. Hope you Hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.